welcome to Omnibroslive. I couldn't read the teleprompter there for a sec. Omnibroslive on a Wednesday, where we talk about a topic. And I'm OmniDog 616 in this universe, joined as always, Comics Guide. What up, dude?
Oh man, that's my wife. She's back
Hey, how are you, sweetheart?
Hi.
I've got my right here. She's my biggest fan.
You nailed it. She's been working on like this lemon meringue for the past few days.
It's not
Ooh, let's see.
lemon custard. I'm trying to show you, but
it
hasn't set yet. But the one I did yesterday separated, so like the milk, I guess, curdled with the lemon juice.
Any advice? You bake.
My daughter is an expert at meringue and lemon custard and stuff.
What? Send me a recipe. I'll follow it.
Send your questions to me, like on Facebook through Lou's account, and I'll have her answer them. She's an expert at that stuff.
We'll send it to you tonight.
Awesome.
Okay. She should be able to help. She doesn't bake that much anymore, but she used to bake a ton, so she'll remember.
Yeah. She's got because we've got a wedding that we're going to in a little bit, and she's planning some of the desserts and stuff.
Not for the wedding.
Well, for the bachelorette party, right?
For the couple's shower.
For the couple's shower. And she's trying to nail down this recipe, and she's been kind of not struggling, but
I think I did though.
You think you got it?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the meringue itself, or
it's the custard? It's a lemon. It's a lemon custard.
Oh, she'll be able to help you. She used to make lemon custard all the time for pie.
God, I'm so excited. This is my second time making it. Yesterday, it was a disaster. The flavor was good, but the texture was terrible. But this one actually came out a little better.
Okay. Yeah, she'll be able to help you.
Yeah.
She used to make lemon custard that I would just take my hand in and scoop it out of the jar and shove it in my face.
That sounds great.
So, yeah, she can help you. Yeah.
You know who's always got good texture and flavor?
Would that be InStockTrades.com, our fabulous sponsor?
Yes, it would.
Taster, and text are always good at InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30% off all the way up to 65% off sometimes. I've seen an Omni in there recently for 80% off. That's their get it the hell out of here sale. Don't forget to add 2% to your loyalty discount. We just had a flash, doesn't help you now, but we just had an Omnibros discount code from Friday through Sunday. So keep your eyes open for those every once in a while. Last Monday of every month. That can't be next Monday, right? No, 2 Mondays.
No, 2 Mondays.
25th, we give away a free $50 In-Stock Trades gift card to a lucky viewer like you out there. And let's see, $50 or more in an order in the United States gets you free shipping, fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. There we go. So Lou, how are you doing?
Man, I am doing pretty good. Actually, I can't complain. It's Wednesday night, another day above ground, and I've got everybody's good here. So that's what matters, right?
Good. We've got super producer James in here. Ivan wants Sins Past. Wait, you're kidding, right? Isn't Sins Past that one that I hate the most? Yeah, no. Okay, here's a real one from Phantom Fool. I feel like this one is kind of evergreen. It's just out right now, and it takes time. Hello, True Graphic. How's it going? Good to see you. Gabe's on, but not yet. Harleen Quinzel's middle name. Is it Omnidog? Harleen Omnidog Quinzel. Oh, Gerard tried a key lime pie donut a few months ago. Where was that, Gerard? I want to go there now.
That sounds amazing.
Elon says to stop the curdling, Lou, I add a little baking soda before mixing it in.
Huh. Check
Look
that
at
out,
Elon.
baby. One of them, somebody says to stop the curdling, they add a tiny bit of baking soda.
I read cornstarch. That's what I added today.
Cornstarch.
I added cornstarch.
But it's still separated.
Lemon juice.
But did it still separate?
No, not the one that I made now. Yesterday, yes.
Not the one from today. Okay.
But today with the cornstarch.
And Freddie's a fake fan. Can't stay watching Ahsoka with my mom. Oh, your mom. But interesting topic. Have a good night.
That is a series that I want to watch, but I'm really intimidated because I haven't seen years and years of Star Wars cartoons. I heard the last episode is great.
I can help you there. Freddie sent me about 10 episodes on a spreadsheet of Rebels and Clone Wars that it's the Ahsoka centric ones that get you up to speed for the show. Now, have I watched them? No, but I have a list that Freddie also did for Doctor Who, that bastard, for the Alex Kingston episodes. But yeah, I can send that to you.
Please do. It's I've always had a passing interest in Rebels and all that stuff, but I just don't have the time, man. It's a deep commitment. There's a lot of seasons there, and apparently,
and that's why this is great. It's only like 10 episodes, and they're only like half an hour, I think.
Yeah, I could do that. I could definitely do that.
Yeah. Okay, I'll send it to you, and I printed mine out, and it's in my delusional TV pile because he also sent me a spreadsheet of the Doctor Who Alex Kingston episodes. So I may be watching Doctor Who, but I never thought I'd hear myself say that. I may see, I may watch Doctor Who before I watch Star Wars Ahsoka. Oh, what is wrong with me?
Pretty soon you'll be able to answer Pretty soon you're going to be able to answer who's your favorite Doctor.
Oh my goodness. Don't even put that into the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel Babs here. What up? Let's see. True Graphics feeling fine. Good. Francis. Oh, Krispy Kreme made it a summer donut. Hey, Gabe. What up?
What up, dude? Talking about adding baking soda to stuff. Sounds like
yeah. Going on. I'm sure they have it at their donut shops. Well, I do happen to have a Krispy Kreme donut shop right next to the edibles store. So
those guys know what they're doing.
Wow.
You see that fresh light on and you hit that hard left, you get some edibles and you get
That is brilliant. That is, man, you could not ask for a better pairing if you're a
That's like those Girl Scouts that were setting up in front of dispensaries for selling cookies.
Oh, that's smart marketing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Know your market, right? Know your customers.
NFL Dude you could wiki it, but I think I'd rather, and that's a fair thing, but I think I'd rather watch it. But yeah, you could wiki it, but I don't want to go into Ahsoka because I loved her. Was it Mandalorian season 1? Where she had that 2-episode arc.
It was 2.
It was season 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Okay, season 2. Okay, she was so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Rosario Dawson really nails it, man.
Yeah, she really does. Colin's here. What up, Colin?
I don't think I've seen much Rosario Dawson that wasn't great. Like I think I like every movie she's really been in.
She was great as the night nurse in Daredevil.
Yes, she was. I liked her in Clerks.
I liked her like the 25th Hour. The Clerks movies.
Clerks.
Kids.
First Clerks?
She was in the second Clerks.
Okay, I didn't see that.
She always strikes me as the type of person that you go out and like have a drink with or just chill. Would be chill as fuck.
I seen her at Comic-Con. She was doing her own comic book at one time. That was like a female detective that was like looking into like demons and ghosts or something like that.
Oh,
And she did a panel like in a small room, and she's very just like Puerto Rican, New Yorker kind of girl, just hangs out and talks shit. Like she's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
so Lou, you wouldn't think she'd be doing scatting videos with a real upright bassist, or maybe doing a reggae album like a certain
Oh, my
Control and
God.
Steven Seagal.
You and I, we went down kind of a mini rabbit hole. This
Dude,
past-
if Bruce Willis can have an album, so can Steve.
Oh,
Steve,
This is
Steven Seagal.
way beyond Bruce Willis.
yeah, Bruce Willis. You know, God bless him.
Eddie Murphy had an album.
This is worse.
These are way worse.
I actually like Party all the time.
Kobe had an album.
I don't know.
These are in their own universe, Gabe. Seriously, that Kim Cattrall scatting video,
Oh my God.
where she says she vibes with the bassist and the bassist gets her, and she's talking about ginga gabuga, he dogs and she dogs, and she's. I don't know. The question is, well, then Lou started sending me all these other delusional celebrities like Corey Feldman, who I used to hear his stuff. They'd always play it for fun on Howard Stern, and that was an atrocity. What was the other one you sent me?
So kids. So there are sometimes celebrities that they think that they can do multiple different things, and a lot of times they can't. Not everybody can be, he's kind of a dick, but not everybody can be Jared Leto, where you have a very successful band. And you know what? There was a point I really liked 30 Seconds to Mars, and you can be a great actor at the same time.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah. But you and I fell down this rabbit hole where we started looking at celebrities and their music, and one of them was Corey Feldman, and the album he put out was Angelic to the Core, one of the worst albums I have ever heard. It is terrible. Oh,
Hey,
hey, man.
dude, what up?
One of the worst albums that I've heard of. And then
Say hi.
what was it after that?
Say hi. Good job. There you go.
Awesome
All right, buddy.
job.
Nice. Hey, dude.
After that, I sent you the Steven Seagal reggae album, which was really, it's something. He tried. He really tried. Vin Diesel put out a song.
Vin Diesel,
was that.
right?
Yeah, Vin Diesel put out a song, and then we started talking about Gitmo. We started talking about Guantanamo Bay and the music that they would use to torture people.
I read that article that you sent me. I read the whole thing.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, some of the stuff that they would do, man. Like, oh my God.
Well, and you mentioned, when this is fair, because Max is the one who helped send me down the rabbit hole initially. And Max said that Joe Pesci has a jazz album that is actually very good.
Really?
Yeah. And Max is the one that started me on all this with the Kim Cattrall and What We Do in Shadows link. The Gitmo thing. Yeah. How they would use music to torture the prisoners. And you brought up the Geneva Convention. And I think after 9/11, sort of the Geneva Convention kind of went out the window, but it was a way of psychological torture and not physical torture, because the terrorists at the time that they had under at Gitmo, because they were when the thing said that they used Enter Sandman from Metallica, I was like, that's not torture. I'll listen to that 24/7.
Yeah.
But for people whose minds aren't accustomed to that kind of music, heavy metal and country music is what can drive. And you turn off all you turn out the lights. They're sensory deprived. Actually, I don't want to get into this whole thing.
People are different in different parts of the world, Jess. And
I know. I don't want to.
It's the same as like when I hear like that really just Mexican music, like at that you hear like at the restaurants or that they drive down the street kind of bumping it really loud like that. I can't deal with that. Like that stuff that's torture to me. But and, there's anybody else in my family who's excited about it when they hear it, and I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
So it wasn't just that; it's that they would they would do a lot of messed up things. They would associate certain songs to certain forms of physical pain or psychological torture. So when they would play it, it would mess them up. And even when they wouldn't do anything to them, after a while, it's like, oh my God, I know I associate this with this. And sometimes they would play Enter the Sandman as they were trying to fall asleep, and they would crank it up and have strobing lights in the room so that they wouldn't be able to fall asleep. It was
like an 18-year-old would be holding up their iPhone going, yeah.
But back on the subject with the albums and actors with a music career, are we going to forget that David Hasselhoff is like the biggest thing in Germany?
That's right.
He is. He is
the Hoff out there.
Yeah, that's true. Hugh Laurie is
Axl Rose in Germany.
Hugh Laurie from House is a wildly talented guitarist and pianist, and yeah, I bet that's a good album. Axel's here. What up, Axel? Good to have you here. Oh my gosh, Warren! This shows that Warren can't be pleased. He loves metal and can't stand Enter Sandman. What is going on with you? But after listening to all the stuff we listened to this afternoon, because that lasted for me about 2 hours as I was checking out all the things you sent me. Steven Seagal and Kim Cattrall, I feel like they're in a separate delusional place than these other guys.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's most actors.
Well, and
they all got that theater kid energy, and they think everything they do is the greatest thing ever.
William Shatner's famous for his couple of albums, and back in the 60s and 70s, I mean, you could pull up a whole list of those guys that, Leonard Nimoy even made an album. All kinds of TV and movie stars that couldn't sing made albums. But for me, that even... I just think that Kim Cattrall thing stands on it. Did she make an album?
Brie Larson has an album.
Okay, well, I bet she can sing.
When she was 15, and it peaked at number 31 on the charts.
Wait, she was in Scott Pilgrim, and if that was actually her, she wasn't bad in Scott Pilgrim.
I think that was her. Yeah.
They describe it as a little less biting Avril Lavigne.
That sounds about right. That was that era.
Yeah.
So here's a list of 40 actors who've put out albums.
40.
Naomi Campbell. Well,
Michael Cera?
Did he do his own stuff in Scott Pilgrim?
He apparently is a bassist in a indie band called The Long Goodbye.
Keanu Reeves actually is on tour right now with his band.
Yeah, with Dog Star. They are awesome too. I remember when they first were doing stuff way back when like The Matrix was first coming out.
Are they really?
That's one of the things that when I went to this science fiction convention that they used to have in the Shrine Auditorium in LA, that's where they have the Oscars. And every month they used to do a comic book convention in there. And they would have all these big actors show up. And that's where I first learned about The Matrix, because they had the whole cast there with Keanu Reeves talking about it. And I remember people asking him about his band called Dog Star. He's a bass player.
And I know Kevin Bacon has a legit band with his brother, but these are legit.
Jackie Chan.
He has more than 20 albums released.
Oh, wow.
Okay. I could see Downey having a band.
Ryan Gosling.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. There's apparently nothing that guy can't do.
Yeah, God just blessed him completely with, talent, acting, money, good looks.
Yeah. I have a love-hate relationship with that guy.
Yeah.
He's this generation's
person
thing.
I hate. Yeah.
I would say he's this generation's Brad Pitt.
Can Pitt sing and play things?
I'm sure he can. He's a perfect human being.
I'm not going to argue against Brad Pitt. I only
I don't
know
know who
this
this lady
woman's
is.
name. What is she from? Leighton Meister. I like her name. What is?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Jamie Foxx.
Oh well, he's an actual singer, Scarlett Johansson. I'd listen to it. See, these seem.
I listened to it with my eyes.
You guys are missing out. Christopher Lee, as Ivan points out. Christopher Lee, who played Saruman, he was Star Wars. What's that dude's name?
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku. He had a black metal band. He was also a soldier in World War II and killed Nazis.
Oh,
Yeah. One of my favorite stories of all time was he was working on Lord of the Rings and he was talking to Peter Jackson and he pulls Peter Jackson aside and he goes, Peter, do you know what the sound is when you stab somebody in the back? And Peter Jackson just goes, no. And Christopher Lee basically says, well, I do. And this isn't the right sound. So let's try and fix that.
I've seen, if you pull up Christopher Lee's biography, that guy, I mean, I think he speaks like 10
Amazing.
languages or something.
Yeah, he passed away, man, but he was amazing. You want to talk about an incredible life. Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. He did lead an incredible life, like multifaceted, great in a lot of things. So Chris is happy that we're on the third or fourth straight show that Omnidai is talking about what we do in the shadows. That movie and show got me through some tough times. Okay, good. So we're doing a public service too then. Jetty's here. Hey, y'all.
Hello.
Axel got a nice stack of Defenders today about issues 65 through 85, the Tunnel World saga. I appreciate any kind of single issue collecting, even though I don't collect singles and I have 15 short boxes of them. I don't collect them. Okay,
Did you talk about the Bronze Age Defenders?
I think so. 65 through 85.
Well, I don't know of numbers much anymore because they keep resetting them.
I feel like the Defenders started in the Bronze Age, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvel, another Marvel premiere first appearance.
David Hasselhoff is not famous in Germany. Are you sure?
No way. We're Americans. We know better.
Axel, are you sure about that? Where's Siri?
Because I've always heard that.
Yeah.
That he was like a massive
Hey Siri.
He did Knight Rider. Come on.
No, not Good Night.
Dude, he was also Nick Fury. Yeah.
Baywatch.
Hey Siri. Is David Hasselhoff famous in Germany?
What was his? What do you think was his bigger series, Knight Rider or Baywatch?
Is griping that his role in. Okay, wait. Is this real? David Hasselhoff is griping that his role in reuniting East and West Germany has been overlooked. So what part, if any, did the hunk in trunks play in ending the Cold War? Barely a month after the fall of the Berlin Wall, the city had been divided, for it was united in song, and leading the chorus of several thousand voices was a man hitherto known in the rest of the world for driving a car. David Hasselhoff, blah, 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 blah. For that concert on New Year's Eve in 89, Hasselhoff stood atop the partly demolished wall and belted out a tune called Looking for Freedom. It was during Hasselhoff's current promotional tour of Germany that the Hollywood star made headlines for a remark about this event. Speaking to German TV's Spielfilm magazine, 51-year-old carped about how his pivotal role in harmonizing relations between the two sides of the divide has been overlooked. I find it
harmonized.
Oh my God! I think we found somebody more delusional than Kim Cattrall. I find it a bit sad that there is no photo of me hanging on the walls in the Berlin Museum at Checkpoint Charlie, he told the magazine.
This was really big.
Somebody had a superiority complex. Like, did you do it because you thought it was the right thing to do, or did you do it because you wanted to be in history books?
B. Yeah, B. Most likely. B.
Oh, now somebody's thinking that he's making a joke. Okay, that's fair. But it also says he's released 10 albums in Germany. How old is this? Oh, 2004. No, that's up to date. It seems he helped end the Cold War, so I'm not arguing with that. He's popular in Germany.
Dude, he's an American. He's a national hero. He ended that divide between East and West Germany.
Yeah, he helped the walls fall. Yeah, no question.
Exactly.
So back to my question: what's bigger, Baywatch or Knight Rider?
Oh, I think probably Baywatch.
I think Baywatch might have been the bigger show.
Yeah,
Because it wasn't just David Hasselhoff. Like he definitely wasn't the reason I was tuning into that show.
Did anybody even pay attention to David Hasselhoff?
Right. But Knight Rider, he was the sexy man of the show. So people really tuned in for that, and talking cars and stuff. Sure.
Was he there during the Pam Anderson years?
What Pam Anderson years?
Wasn't Pam
Baywatch?
Anderson? Yeah.
Yeah, she started like the second season. He was consistent with that show, I think, from beginning to end. Plus, there was a spinoff where he was like a private investigator or something like that in Miami.
What?
Yeah, he was there during that.
Oh
wow. Reagan took all the credit. David Hasselhoff is the true hero.
There we go.
Well said, Cleveland Brown.
There we go.
Raphael says Baywatch has some record of most TV shows aired in most countries. That doesn't surprise me. How's it going, Hardcover?
That's a name I haven't heard in a while. Good, man. Nice to see you back here.
All right. Good. So, is David Hasselhoff a music star in Germany? All right. According to Google, in 1988, Hasselhoff released the song "Looking for Freedom," which became a hit in Europe, especially in West Germany, where it reached #1 for 8 consecutive weeks. The song was also certified platinum in West Germany and became the best performing single of 1998 in the country. 1989.
Well, you can't argue with that.
Those are facts, man. He's a big star there.
Raphael's saying it was called Baywatch Nights, a mix of X-Files and Baywatch.
There you go. That's right.
That was the thing. You get Baywatch and then get X-Files?
Yeah. He was like a private investigator.
Holy smoke. I completely blanked out on that era of TV, apparently.
Oh, man. That was the stuff. It was that. You had American Gladiators. And then what was that Hulk Hogan show? Thunder Force? Something like that, where they had like a... for some reason, they rode a boat everywhere.
Brooke Hogan had a singing career. I know that. I heard that on the Howard Stern show.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, and Nick Hogan has a murder rap.
Oh,
wait, did he really kill somebody?
Well, like in a car accident.
Oh,
well, it still counts.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
I think it was his friend. Like he was like trying to be a race car driver at one point.
That's right. That's right. I do remember reading about that. Thunder in Paradise.
There you go.
We're just going down the rabbit hole tonight, Jesus.
Dude. It was Hulk Hogan and some other dudes, but they just everywhere they went, they were on a boat. Like, we got to go to this warehouse. Good thing it has a boating dock.
Well, so after hearing all this, Lou, who do you feel, after listening to everything we listened to, talking about it all, who's the most delusional celebrity singer?
Oh, this is tough, man. This is.
Does Kanye count?
This is easy. What's that?
Does Kanye count?
No, because Kanye was talented.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm saying he's delusional.
Oh well, yeah, but I can't argue with that.
Did he make an album, Walker Texas Ranger, or is that?
No, they're talking about the show because Walker gave me AIDS.
Oh, okay. So who? I mean, it's easy for me.
I'm gonna go with Steven Seagal.
Oh, okay. For his reggae album.
Yeah, for that reggae album,
where he had a reggae accent throughout the whole thing and was talking about women in a certain way.
Yes, I'm gonna go with Steven Seagal.
Boy, that's a strong candidate.
So I was listening to Joe Rogan today, and he had another comedian on, but they ended up talking about Steven Seagal and how he was a certified like sheriff, and they were showing the show where he's like pulling people over and tasering them.
Lawman. Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, dude, Steven Seagal just keeps popping up in my life. It's just everywhere I look, it's Steven Seagal right now.
Well, for me, I just can't get over and cannot get enough of that Kim Cattrall video with her taking herself so seriously.
Yeah.
Just vibing with the bassist, placing her hand over his heart, snuggling with him and saying, he gets me. And she's just spouting gobbledygook. At least Steven Seagal like made a whole album. I'm just going to stick with my argument. I think it's Kim Cattrall.
But you got to think, Steven Seagal put time, money, effort, and really thought, I'm going to have a hit album on my hands.
That is a good point. Yeah, here it is, but I don't think we can.
For cable window Latin equals UJ Officer Red.
All right, I'm gonna get like a strike, but
I don't think we get a strike for this.
I don't know that we get a strike for this. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, she doesn't have.
There's no back. It's just her.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. Let's see what happens.
UJ Officer Red. Well, he bit all the he-dogs and winked at all the she-dogs. The town never knew such a hullabaloo as that little dog raised till the end of that day.
We just have a good rhythm together, you know. He sort of feels me out, I feel him out, and we go for it.
We go for it.
Oh,
okay, that's worth the strike. If we get one, that's worth the strike. Now everybody knows.
That overinflated sense of self-worth. Oh my god.
Theater kid energy, bro. Theater kid energy.
That's hilarious.
Do you remember? Oh my god, this brings me back. Do you remember during the pandemic when all those celebrities got together and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna get through this," and they started try to do Imagine, and nobody was, and the entire country. If there was one thing that united the entire country, was a big fuck you and all you celebrities trying to tell us we're gonna get through this shit.
I forgot about that.
A lot of people hated that shit.
That's like now with Oprah Winfrey and The Rock.
Yeah, that turned south for them real bad.
Before you tell me about that, let's see if this is the most left-handed compliment ever. I think just his mouth harp sounds better than that bass player. I think
it's like they both just started doing it that morning. Like first time ever I picked up a bass. First time ever I tried to rap.
But I think Max told me he was like a legit upright bass player.
Oh no!
Well, you see him playing it, so yeah. But I think anybody could do that.
But I mean, those sounded
even
like
just plucking one string. That's the same thing a 2-year-old does when you give him a toy guitar.
I got a 9-month-old that could probably do a better job than that right now, Jess.
Okay.
Darumo has the best answer. There's a fine line between scatting and talking out your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with her.
God damn, you're pulling me to your side on this one. It's pretty bad. I forgot how bad that is.
I almost welcome the strike.
Oh.
If we get a copyright strike, if she's got that copyrighted, I bring it on. Actually, I hope she sues us. We could use the publicity.
Yes, we could. Yes, we could.
Well, is he not playing in time, or is she not scatting in time?
Okay, so what's the deal with The Rock? And
and I promise the audience we are going to get to comics in just a second.
in a minute. So my general understanding is, and correct me if I'm wrong, they went on and said, "Hey, we need you to donate a whole bunch of money to Hawaii," which is a great cause because everything that's going on right now, unfortunately.
Who's saying this?
This was The Rock and Oprah. They did a video together saying, we would really appreciate it if you guys got together, joined, donated a whole bunch of money to Hawaii. It's a good cause, and rightfully so, because the whole place was on fire a few months ago or a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And the audience turned on them. And I think it even came out that I think The Rock didn't donate as much as he said he was going to donate or something like that. I forgot what I didn't read the full specifics.
It's that, and then like Oprah owns a bunch of like land out there, and they both are either have or are trying to get land out there now that is burnt down to get it for pennies on the dollar.
Oh, they're behind some of that. They're trying to scoop up that land,
or they already have land out there. Like they,
Yeah.
well, the thing is that was also the idea that while everybody's burning, they had their own private like firemen and their own private security to keep people off their land and stuff like that. So their houses were saved while everybody else's is being burnt because they had their own private like help.
Whoa.
It's a bad look, and people turned on them on both of them pretty quick.
So they didn't fight each other. Everybody's fighting them.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's also just that idea of like mega billionaires asking people to donate money.
Yeah.
It just feels disgusting.
Yeah, because both of them, I think The Rock is a billionaire at this point, and I know Oprah is a billionaire, so it's kind of a lot of the complaint was why don't you go out there and also stick a huge chunk of your money into fixing it? And I think, again, I haven't looked too much into this. I think The Rock said he donated, I think it was close to 10 million, but it wasn't really 10 million.
Was it more like 10,000?
I'm not entirely sure.
Well, he also was supposed to change the hierarchy of the DC universe,
We get that too.
Which is the bigger crime?
which is the biggest bullshit line.
Wow. I had no idea about that. Yeah, that's 10 million. They could just strike a check right away and do all kinds of good. I mean, she could write a check for 100 million and it wouldn't affect her.
Well, The Rock's having a rough year. Things haven't gone well for the DC universe. NBC just canceled his contract with them. He's having a bit of a bumpy year.
He had a contract with NBC. What did he do?
Yeah, for Young Rock and like all this other stuff that he was trying to get off the ground and everything.
Young Rock.
Yeah, they dropped him this past week. Like, man, you are just having a tough go over the last year.
Young Rock was good.
And XFL didn't really make a profit, which it's the XFL. It has never made a profit in the 3 times they've tried to start it.
I've never watched it ever. Yeah, we do have celebrity worship as a thing. I did not particularly worship Kim Cattrall in any way, shape, or form. So I'm happy with this. But yeah, it's a danger to form these parasocial relationships with people you don't even know. And then it turns out they're quite human.
Yeah, I never understood the fascination with these people and celebrities where you've got people that are crazy over Beyonce and Taylor Swift and all this other stuff.
If you have a YouTube channel about comic books.
I don't get it. I don't get the super fascination for them.
Let's see.
I still think Yoko Ono is the worst.
Oh my God!
We have a winner. We have a winner. Yeah, no, it's Yoko.
You can't beat Yoko Ono destroying the Beatles.
No, we have a winner.
And she's been shrieking for 50 years. She's been doing that same shriek. You are totally right. That blows everything else out of the water.
Oh,
she's been doing that same shriek for 50 years. And that video where John Lennon is playing guitar with Chuck Berry, like 2 amazing, iconic rockers seriously playing. And the look on Chuck Berry's face as Yoko launches into her patented shrieking. Ooh.
You know what? That would be, Jess would go back in time and stop Yoko from ever meeting John Lennon.
Easily.
Yeah, not hurt her or anything crazy like that. Like
No.
make sure she misses a bus stop or something like that, so the meeting would never happen.
Yeah, you know me well.
Yeah,
That is exactly what I would do. I'd jump in the TARDIS because I know what it is now, unfortunately. Yeah, you're 100% right. And the audience agrees. You win, Gabe. My secret identity is a talent agent by day, and I know some of these people and they are the same as everyone, even if their money makes them think they are not. Are you really a talent scout or a talent agent, Chris? That's a pretty interesting job. It's not your secret identity anymore.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool if he is.
That'd be really cool if you were a talent agent. Do you see any talent in front of you, like right now? That's probably a question I wish I hadn't asked. I regret that.
So comics. This is a comic book show.
Yeah.
On occasion.
And I would say that my first pick for something that needs to be evergreen is Watchmen. You cannot find this book anywhere. It's a crime. No format, no single thing, no trades, no absolutes, no gallery editions.
I'm not putting up with this. No, can't talk bad about Watchmen. Come on.
Yeah, right?
That should be in every drawer in every hotel room like the Bible.
Gideon's Watchmen.
That's right.
Yeah. So there's my first thing that needs to be evergreen.
It's a good choice. Because we don't have enough versions of Watchmen out there.
My real choice is kind of a niche thing, but it's such a good story and it's so classic. They do keep it in trade, but I feel like Red Sun, Superman Red Sun, that was a deluxe like 15 years ago and immediately became hard to find. And I think that deserves to be evergreen in deluxe format. That is kind of niche, but the bigger crime, of course, is there's hardly any Superman in omnibus format post-crisis.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of stuff post-crisis that hasn't been released in any kind of form, which is silly.
Yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. So I guess we should. We could have a whole Superman show where we go over it. A lot of these absolutes, I think, should be kept in evergreen form. They do a good job with All-Star Superman, but and V for Vendetta, so they keep pumping that one out. Justice should always be evergreen. Kingdom Come should. Well, I feel like they do keep those coming out in deluxe formats. Okay, I'm not really making a very good argument. Somebody else talk, because I'm not doing a good job.
My first one up is, I think, Long Halloween.
Oh, good one.
In absolute form? Any form.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'm gonna say absolute. I'm gonna say go hard or go home. This needs to always be available. It's the essential like Batman origin story. It's basically the next year one, and they've taken so much from this storyline in movies, TV shows, more comic books. Like this is really like a turnkey moment in storyline. It's something that you don't need to have read anything Batman and be able to pick this up, and you enjoy it and understand it, right? And I think that's important for evergreen books. Is it should be something that anybody can just kind of pick up and enjoy and get hooked in the comic books kind of stuff, right? So this is that Batman story. You don't need to read year one if you never read Batman before. You don't need to get into death of, Bane and Batman breaking his back in Nightfall. You don't need to have a history of Batman to pick this up. I think this is the book that can get people familiar with Batman comics. Such a good book.
Okay. Good choice. I'm going to go with the Hellboy library editions. Those should absolutely constantly be evergreen. I think they are. They're pretty good about keeping them in stock. There are wonderful collections that if you have even a passing interest in the character of Hellboy, I recommend you actually check it out. The production value that you're getting in terms of the quality of the paper, the binding, the special features in the back, and just the overall just build of the books, it really puts out almost everybody else to shame. And for the price, what's the asking price for that? $45, something like that?
Like $49, yeah. You're absolutely 100% right. Everything Hellboy, the Dark Horse puts out is top quality.
Yeah.
For way cheaper than anything else.
It really is. That is a book that if the big two could, they would probably put that out close to $100.
And you're right about the binding and the quality of the paper.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I moved out here to Miami and when I was selling off a bunch of my stuff, that was a set that that was a tough set to get rid of.
Yeah, because you are a huge Hellboy fan.
One day.
Didn't John Wilson that sent you that signed Hellboy print?
Yes, it is. I still have that somewhere in my parents' house. I think it's in my old room in my parents' house hanging up, which means a lot more now. It definitely means a lot more now.
Now that John's passed, yeah, you're 100%. Yeah, Evergreen means it should always be in print. They should never let it go out of print. It's just but it can be anything that I think probably we think it's classic. Like somebody, Elon was saying, Bendis's Daredevil or Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm not going to disagree with any of those Daredevil, like Frank Miller, Brubaker, Bendis. Those should always be in print.
Yes.
Inhumans, that should always be in print. Oh, sorry.
Shout out to Omar, or a shout out to Gio.
Oh, this is a good one. Day Tripper. I agree with that. That's a classic book.
Yeah.
I feel like they do try and do a good job with that. It was Absolute, then Deluxe.
I think it was Deluxe and then Absolute.
Okay, but I think didn't they re-release something recently? I have it in a Deluxe. Oh, you're right. It did come out in Absolute after the Deluxe. 100% New Frontier. I know Lou and I both agree on that.
Absolutely. That book's amazing.
Yeah, and I think they try and do a good job. I feel like there's a new Deluxe coming out.
For Day Tripper or New Frontier?
New Frontier.
I still have the original Absolute. I don't think I've ever opened it.
I have the original Absolute and the Deluxe because I wanted the extra story, which is ridiculous.
So you didn't get the second printing of the Deluxe.
Correct.
The Absolute, which includes the missing issue.
That is correct. I did not sell both of those, which would make sense, and get the Absolute with the extra story. No, I just kept the Deluxe and the Absolute, which is ridiculous.
Man, you want to talk about just New Frontier is just a perfect comic. It really is.
Yeah. Speaking of Kim Cattrall and the bassist, you and I vibe on New Frontier. You get me on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you get me.
It's incredible. It's such a great read. If you haven't read New Frontier, by all means, it is a perfect comic book. It really is.
Yeah. Anything can be Evergreen, Axel. Clone Saga, you might be on an island with that one.
Dude, they've done a lot of reprints of Clone Saga stuff, and it sells out. Those omnibuses for a while were like the Spider Clone Ben Riley one, I think it was always really expensive. They reprinted those omnibuses, I think, at least once, and they're doing epic collections.
If Batman Damned has taught me anything, there is a comic book out there that everybody will love. Somebody will love whatever comic is put out there. Okay? Clone Saga, great, man. You love it. That's awesome. Batman Damned, yeah. I just don't get it still. It's fine.
Cycle asking the important question. Did everyone see La Vuelta a España today?
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think the answer might be no.
I think the question should be, did anyone see it? Jesse says, okay, this is the only live stream for me tonight. Good. Thank you. Batman Damned should not be evergreen. Should not be ever printed.
Wow.
Fear Agent, that's a good point. But I feel like that's kind of up to Remender. And I don't know.
Does it always need to be in print? I mean, it's just one of those things. It's not like the biggest book in the world or anything, you know.
But I still think it's one of Remender's best. Remender's one of those guys. Remender's one of those guys. When the sun sets, and he moves on to that great beyond, his catalog of books is going to be insane.
Yeah.
Just the level of quality and just the level of hits, it's just nuts. And I think he kind of, I don't think he gets as much love these days as he used to. But I think his time will definitely come again once everybody starts looking back and going, Jesus Christ, this guy's work was amazing.
Well, I mean, we even refer to them as Remender-sized books.
Yeah.
You immediately know what we're talking about when we say it's a Remender-sized book.
I wonder how much sway he has in terms of this is the paper stock. This is how I want it to look. This is the oversized format that I want out of it. I wonder how much he says.
The creators have full control over that.
Okay.
Yeah. Image doesn't do anything but distribute that stuff, basically.
Okay. So he designs. He's in there with the designs.
And,
that's awesome.
And those books are still pretty cheap, right? I mean, I had Righteous Thirst for Vengeance in front of me, but I don't know what it cost.
What was Seventh Eternity? Like less than $60? Wasn't it like a $40 book?
That book is so beautiful. That's a crazy beautiful book. But yeah, I think they're like $60 or less, and then you get them at instocktrades.com for like 40% off. That's a pretty big steal for what you're getting in terms of content. So it's up to him if he wants to keep those evergreen. I feel like there are probably a ton of Image books like East to West that we'd love to be evergreen.
Yeah.
But I don't know that Hickman is that committed.
I don't think he is either, because even his early stuff is out of print for years.
Like Pax Romana
and Pax Romana, Nightly News. Yeah. All that stuff.
That's the question I should have asked him instead of when's Black Monday Murders coming back.
Yeah, reprint that old stuff. Where he did the art too. He's a really good artist. Like,
God, I had him all to myself. There was nobody in line yet. I should have just talked to him about everything, but I clammed up. I was just like, he did pose for a picture with me, which was nice.
That's awesome.
Daredevil Born Again.
Yes, that's a good one.
Should stay in print.
That's definitely a good one.
I think, like, I hate beating the same dead horse, but I think almost everything Daredevil should stay in print. Post Frank Miller.
Now somebody was saying, was it this was earlier about Nocenti Harley Quinn, but I don't think, did you mean Nocenti Daredevil? Jason Aaron's Thor? I think Nocenti needs to be given something besides epics for Daredevil. I agree on everything Harley Quinn should be Harley Quinn, but that's me.
I love those epics.
Yeah. Oh, Chris says, you wouldn't believe me who I've worked for if I told you, but Jess, I'll rep you for sure. Absolute Batman is the book that got me back into reading comics. That absolute, which Absolute Batman? Say it was Hush. That's the book that got me back into which.
I think Hush should stay in print always.
Were you talking about? Sorry,
I'm saying Hush should be evergreen.
I agree with that. That was my first Absolute.
And Chris needs to rep all of us this whole show.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, what up?
I would say Batman-wise, Black Mirror.
Yeah, somebody brought that up. I agree with that.
Yeah, I still think Black Mirror is the best thing Scott Snyder has written, and that's he's a good writer. He's a very solid writer, but I just don't think he's ever hit that same high as Black Mirror for me.
That was his Mona Lisa.
Oh, it was so unexpected of him too. Like it was like we were like, who's this guy writing detective? And it ends up being like this incredible run.
And that's what led to him being given Batman for New 52?
Yep.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was buying that book for the Jock art, for Jock
Right.
and Francisco Francavilla.
Yeah. And it turned out to be an amazing story.
Yeah.
Spider-Man Life Story. That is great.
That's a good book.
Jeff Lebb's Yellow, Blue, White Yellow, blue, white, gray.
I still need to read those. I've never read them.
They're good.
I haven't either.
Mm.
They're good, and it's more Tim Sale art, which we don't have enough of.
This is obviously talking about very fine condition. And of course, Marcelo, you're a beloved viewer, but forget it. Some Spanish expert, you are just fake news. What are we talking about? Oh, it must be here in the net, sports cycling. It was truly Bernard Hinault levels of savage backstabbing. Okay, I know that name. He's a famous Tour de France kind of guy. I think usually $49.99 cover for the Remender book, similar to Hellboy. Thank you, Gurin95.
You know, I've always thought about getting into cycling. It looks like it could be fun. And I see those guys out when I do my morning runs around 5 a.m., 6 in the morning. I see those guys out there, and they are going. And it's 5 in the morning, and it's a group of them, probably by about 7 or 8 of them. And I'm like, damn, I'm out here at 5 a.m. What time did you guys have to get up to get ready?
Yeah, there's several things wrong with that. 5:30 a.m., a group of other people,
Oh, yeah.
bicycle, leaving the house. Sorry, lost me. Chris says a lot of the great books are kept in print. If you ask me which absolute should stay evergreen, I'd push for Sinestro Corps War.
If you have Sinestro Corps War, then absolutely Blackest Night needs to be evergreen.
I think it should be evergreen in omnibus format, though, with the whole story.
Ill.
Like 1,500 pages, because that's the only one where the tie-ins are as good as the main story.
That's true.
Long Halloween was his first absolute.
Excellent. I think that was my first absolute too. I think
Do
that
we
was
have a
one
mod?
of the
James, put cycle in timeout, please. This is ridiculous. That is a ridiculous question. Oh, it just happened. Wow, that was
I was
fast.
joking, man.
Boom! Our mods don't
mod
mess
tonight?
around.
Who's the mod?
I think James is the only mod in tonight.
No, I did it.
Oh, you did it.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put up with that. Hush is amazing. Come on.
My brother and Hush, nice. White
Hush
Knight
is
should
great.
be evergreen.
You know, I'm
Hush
not
what?
crazy about the.
It's
I'm
on
not
my
crazy
it's
about
on my spinner rack.
I'm not crazy about the story of Hush, but I love the art. I love Jim Lee's art. man.
You're close. You're close, Lou. You're close.
I
You're
love
walking on
Jim
thin
Lee's
ice,
art.
friend.
I'm not crazy about the story, dude. I don't hate it. I just love Jim. I think Jim Lee's art is really more of the star here.
You're making
Didn't
my
he hate-
head hurt.
Doesn't he hate having to draw Batman now because of the treads under the boot or whatever it is? Isn't that like
White Knight should be evergreen. I love the Murphy verse,
That's good.
so
stuff.
I don't disagree with that. Here's another good one: Silver Surfer by Slott and Allred should be evergreen, and I want Marvel to put out a gallery edition of Silver Surfer Requiem by Straczynski and Assad Ribic. Could you make a list of each DC Bronze Age to now comic series and select one evergreen story for each? What are you asking us to do? Because I don't think it sounds like we're really going to do it. It sounds every DC series from the Bronze Age to now.
I think he's saying pick one from each age.
Oh, Freddy's. This is for you, Lou.
What you got?
This is about Rebels and Clone Wars.
And more than 10 episodes, it's 3 to 5 per season. I'll send an updated list to Lou on Thread soon. All right, yeah, man.
There you
Definitely
go.
hit me up there. Absolutely, I would love to. I think she's a cool character. I would love to be able to kind of get more of her origin and stuff like that because I know next to nothing about Ahsoka.
Same. Yeah,
Other than that stuff.
Freddie's a super cool guy for doing that for me and
Yeah, I appreciate that.
offering it to you. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Maybe I could pop it on while I'm at work or something.
Solid in Ahmed's Black Bolt. That's
That's
out of
good
print
stuff.
now, an oversized hardcover.
Is it really?
Yeah,
That's
it's
good
not.
stuff, man.
It's not getting crazy money, but it's not going for below cover price or anything. I think if you find a copy on eBay, it's like $60 or something. But I agree that that Solid and Ahmed Black Bolt was awesome.
Oh, then
How
above
long-
that, Inhumans by Paul Jenkins should always be evergreen too.
I agree with that.
How long, a serious question, before Marvel just folds them all in and makes them all mutants? It would crush Geo, I know, and I'm not even joking about this, but just for the sake of them streamlining everything, how long do you think they would just go, yeah, they're all mutants?
Boy, they set a bad precedent with Ms. Marvel.
Would
Mutinizing her.
it be strange if the Marvel movies decided to go, yeah, we're just going to make them all mutants?
Oh, the movies, yeah, but I thought you were talking about the books.
The books follow the movies.
Marvel Publishing does that?
The books follow the movies.
Oh, I don't like where you're going with this.
This is getting a little too tin hat for me.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. I could see them going, well, we really would like to use some of these characters. Black Bolt was already introduced, but we don't want to mess around with the whole multiple wives and the whole Terrigen Mist and all that. Let's just make them mutants and streamline everything.
Oh boy,
I mean, I don't know, because what are they gonna have, like royalty mutants versus like regular gutter mutants then?
Lon doesn't like it either.
Yeah. Getting close.
Gabe, what is this cover? 608 second print cover for Hush?
Is that one where he's standing on the gargoyle? And he did a Superman one that's like in tandem with it.
Okay.
It's I used to have that cover. I had an autographed copy of it. It's all right cover, I guess. I know people love it. Just there's better Hush images out there than that.
Yeah, I have the Mafex of him posing on that gargoyle. So now I know what you're talking about. Boom. Irredeemable should always be evergreen. I 100% agree with Fantastic Four novels. That's the best thing that's been said tonight.
We need to do a reread of that pretty soon.
Any TMNT or Simpsons evergreens?
I think TMNT in general, that whole run, the Mirage stuff should be always in print.
I think IDW is doing a good job of keeping up with that. I mean, that's the series that I read, 1 through 12. I feel like they're doing I haven't kept up on it since I don't collect them anymore. I mean, I feel like they're not letting them go out of stock or out of print, rather.
Yeah, I had the first 3, I think. I think there's like 7 of them out.
Oh, I'm talking about the one from a few years ago.
Oh, you mean the newer stuff? The newer
IDW
stuff?
Deluxes, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know any other TMNT other than that.
I was talking about the original like Eastman stuff.
Oh, okay. Coming of Galactus.
Always.
Fantastic Four Galactus trilogy.
48, 49, 50.
Yeah. Hey, Jess, Superman, Space Agent, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow should be evergreen and in absolute form. You are right, True Graphic Novel. 100%. I agree.
I think Nightfall should always be in print.
Okay, put yourself in timeout.
And we need like 6 like absolutes for it.
Stop.
Absolute omnibus it. Like how they were going to do Fable.
You might be happy as Marvel will finally release an Inhumans omnibus. It's just called X-Men. Kree DNA and humans. Mutants, bam. Eternals, also mutants soon. Hulks, maybe. Oh, now here's a good one.
Spider-Man's a mutant.
Northlanders. That's a Vertigo title. Fables. Oh, Scalped, of course.
Absolutely Scalped, yeah.
100%. You can't even find Scalped in any form right now. Fables, yeah. 100 Bullets, yeah.
Yep.
Scalped. We dedicated a month of our lives reading that and loved it. Seekers into the Mystery. What's that one?
No idea.
Seekers into the Mystery. What book is that, Lars?
Fables, absolutely. Yeah.
Akira.
Are we talking about what's the best format for them too?
Sure. Yeah, because I think so.
So for Fables, what? The compendiums or the hardcovers?
I was interested when they were talking about those absolute deluxes or whatever. They were
The absolute omnibus.
Make them as big as Big Damn Sin City. Okay, Chris, if you make me a star as a talent scout, I might give you my volume 4.
What Jess is saying is that he wants to meet up with Anya Taylor-Joy, and if you can make something like that happen.
That sounds like exactly what I'm saying.
You also have to leave the house, though.
I would do it for her. I would do it for her. Yeah.
You'd leave, yeah.
Hook me up there, Chris. Anything from Death Rattle, anything written by Alan Moore should be evergreen. Anything?
Sure.
Some of his stuff is like Lost Girls.
I'm not judging. It's all or nothing.
Okay. Death Rattle's got his opinion. I'm not going to argue. Usagi Yojimbo. Sin City, preferably in big damn format.
I don't know about that. I like the new hardcovers that they got coming out.
Oh yeah, those things are gorgeous.
Because you don't have to read all of Sin City. Like, there's a stopping point, I think, with Sin City. Once Navarley starts taking, they start doing all the coloring with it. That way you can just pick the 3 or 4 good ones.
Cycle has a complaint. Can't even make standard Cycle Cleveland comments these days. #, cancel culture.
We deplatform them for his horrible opinion.
Strangers in Paradise. Well, he did. That's up to Terry Moore, I think. He did reprint that after it had been a super expensive whale.
Dude, Jess, you remember, like, this is like back when we first joined the community, but when that slipcase, that triple slipcase or whatever it was like $1,000 book, and you had it.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I just randomly found it, like I randomly found Usagi Yojimbo number 1, the hardcover, and that was like as I was leaving the comic book store, I was like, "Oh, what's that book just sitting on a stack of comics?" And they gave it to me for a discount because it had been hanging around for so long.
That's awesome.
But that Strangers in Paradise. Well, when Riley started that group, that was before the age of reprints, and there were a lot of books that were $300 to $500 books and getting it on eBay. And then I wonder if those people that got X-Men 1 and Thor 1 paying $400 for them, and then they opened it, started reading it and thinking, "Oh, I wish I had my $400 back."
$400 feels so much better than reading this Silver Age children's book.
I think the 90s Spidey cartoon was a mutant, but I think right now more likely all mutants would be Spider-Verse.
How about they do that instead? They just turn everybody into a Spider clone or a Spider-Man variant.
Saga and Paper Girls should be evergreen. I'm not going to argue with that. I love both those books. Oh, Seekers into the Mystery is a 15-issue Vertigo series written by De Mateus. Best thing he ever did, and semi-autobiographical. Seekers into the Mystery. How do I not know this?
Yeah, I've never heard of this.
And Gilmer says, Absolute Green Arrow by Lemire and Sorrentino. That art is great, and I love... Oh, Absolute. I think that's only available in a deluxe. So you wanted an Absolute. I'm not going to argue with that, because that art is amazing. Let's see.
Transmetropolitan should be Evergreen,
I don't disagree with that.
especially doing a political cycle.
I'm going to throw in Planetary and the Authority too.
Yep.
Guys, I got to get going. It's getting up there for me, and I got to be up soon for work.
All right, brother.
Okay, where can they find you, hardcover?
Oh, jeez. You find me at Comics Guide 101 on Threads, and that's about it. I don't really keep up with Twitter or any of that stuff anymore. Gabe and I will be doing Gabe and I will be doing a Patreon live stream this Saturday. So if you guys want to join us, please do so. $5 a month.
Hell yeah.
Are you
the link is in the description.
Are you going to be trying to resurrect the news segment? Have you thought about that you were talking about?
So I was going to start it last week, but unfortunately something came up and I just couldn't get it off the ground. I just got super busy.
Do it when you can.
Yeah.
I really want to get this back up and going, so I'm going to try again on Sunday around either noon or 3 o'clock. I haven't decided the time yet, so we'll see what happens. But I want to get it starting again next Sunday.
Okay, dude.
So.
We'll
All right, guys.
Support you. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Peace and love.
Later, brother.
How is any Harley Quinn out of print? Yeah, volume 3 of that Omni is very hard to find, and volume 2's out of print too.
That's what happens with those kinds of books. Number one, you could trip over.
K Quinn says, "Why the Last Man?"
Yeah, but what format though? I don't know about the absolute. I have the absolute, and it's a little daunting. Not daunting. It's not a good absolute.
Is there
absolutes?
There can't be just. Is there just one for that whole series?
No, there's 3 absolutes, but there's like a single omnibus though. But those absolutes had like no like back matter, extra material or anything. It was just
that's right.
Yeah,
I kept my deluxes because that's my favorite format, just the oversized hardcover.
Yeah.
This is me. Weren't there people who bought the original Stranger's Paradise case and there were problems with pages? It wasn't pages sticking together. It was that the books themselves stuck together. The leather, the faux leather stuck together. Is what I don't remember my pages sticking together, but those book covers definitely did. Of course, Sazmurph is right. The Deja Thor sideshow statue should be evergreen and in my house.
In like a secret door. Panel that just slides open.
Except for Plutona, everything by Jeff Lemire. Let me just throw out the Teen Titans Earth 1. That's not peak Lemire. Lars, have you read that?
Which one?
The Earth 1 series, like Batman Earth 1, Superman Earth 1. They were
he did Teen Titans, right? Or
yeah.
Okay.
I just didn't super dig it. But it wasn't as bad as Plutona.
But yeah, that's another guy that all of his stuff should always be readily available.
I agree. You're the one that could comment on this.
That's a fact. That's a damn fact right there, Axel. Youngblood should be evergreen. But there's problems with the rights and the licensing of it.
Oh. DMZ? Yep, that's a good book. Got the Omni for Why the Last Man, but I do like how it's formatted in the 10 trades for Why the Last Man.
Yeah. I think Avengers Justice League should always be in print. It's dumb that it's not. I understand, it's Marvel and DC and they don't help each other out or whatever. But that should always be available. That's the coolest combination of things, is to have two different companies' characters together in a big cool event like that.
I forget how did that paperback come out last year? Was it last year or the year before?
I think it was the year before. It was because George Perez died, and the money was going to CBLDF fund, I believe.
Oh, okay.
I think they just squashed whatever problem they had, and they figured it out, and they did a really small print run.
Yeah.
And it was George, because George Perez died, and they did it for charity too. So
Well, then they should be able to do it for anything and redo it in absolute format.
and just keep it available,
Yeah.
even if it is just that trade paperback. But the absolute one is badass.
Yeah. Superman Secret Identity and Vision by Tom King. Those are two
Ooh.
good choices.
Vision's great.
So, yeah, and Secret Identity is awesome. Titans by Perez. Take your time, Chris. We'll be on for another 20 minutes or so. Go sit in a quiet part of your house and just think. The Boys Deluxe, is it available in deluxe format? I guess it must be. I know it came out in omnibus form and the definitive edition.
Yeah, those things are hard to find.
The definitives?
Yeah. I remember those are pricey books. It's certain one, like the later ones.
Yeah, I agree. Oh yeah, True Graphic. You're right. Superman Birthright should be evergreen.
Jeff Johns' Green Lantern should always be available.
Totally agree with that. And now that they put it out, they should keep Green Lantern Corps always in print to go with it.
What was I looking at over here? Oh, Mark Waid's Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah,
that's out of print in every format.
That is a crime. You are 100% right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Alan Moore's America's Best Comics, Promethea, Tom Strong, Top 10. That I agree with. Those are great. Great. Lazarus.
I need to get those compendiums, dude. Top 10 and Tom Strong.
Oh yeah, those are so good. That's.
I've never read Promethea. I can never get it. Every format's out on that thing too.
Oh, even the deluxes they put out.
I think there's a couple of them out. I'm not sure. I have to double check, but I need to pick those up too.
See, Lazarus is an Image imprint, so I think that depends on what Greg Rucka is up to. But I also heard that he had some kind of something going on, maybe in his personal life, not maybe his health or something, which is why some things have been taking longer to be put out. So, but I agree, Lazarus should always be out. Oh, well, you'd love this, Gabe.
Yeah, there you go. Kirby FF Artist Editions. I think all those things should be available. Like, those are pieces of comic book history,
Eastman and Laird Turtles. There you go.
Derek knows what he's talking about. We were talking about that earlier.
Blackest Night should be evergreen, hands down. I agree with that. Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Todd brings up the Promethea Uber Deluxe thing. Yeah, what was that? That was promised like in 2018 or something. I forget. I can't remember. Do you remember what that was?
No.
It was like one, I feel like it was one, everything in one deluxe. It was going to be just an amazing book, but I can't remember the specifics. Do you remember the specifics, Todd? Matt Wagner's Grendel and Grendel Tales. Oh, each page was the full double page spread. Wow.
Oh, okay. So I see you back. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, something's going on with Rucka that I don't know the specifics of, but he's having a tough time right now. So I think he's kind of struggling to put things on paper. Black Sad. Freddie, I don't know, should be evergreen, but they definitely should reprint those colored pizza boxes of TMNT. What are those?
Those are I think those are the Kevin Eastman and Laird stuff, but they were colored. Like they actually colored the pages, and the book themselves looked like a pizza box.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's called The Works. I think they were called The Works.
That is so cool. Oh, I agree with this. Any of Brubaker's Reckless books should be evergreen. That's up to him, and I think he's probably going to be doing it. I don't think any of those have gone out of print, have they, True Graphic? Legion of Superheroes, The Great Darkness Saga. You're right. That's way too hard to find in hardcover or trade. That's 100%
Preacher.
right.
Preacher should always be available.
Preacher?
Hellblazer.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Somebody was saying earlier that Hellblazer, too many of the recent ones are out of print now. Yeah, Hellblazer should always, I agree with that. Hellblazer should always be in print. Question should be Evergreen just because it took forever. Batman No Man's Land.
I almost want to get the other omnibuses of that, but
Do you have the first one?
I have the Road to No Man's Land.
Oh, well, here's the first problem, Lars. We have to get the full Blueberry released here in the States. They're way too hard to find in the States. I gave up a long time ago on getting those books.
I had the Epic magazine for Blueberry.
Hitman in Deluxe only ever available as low. I think Hitman just got announced as an omnibus.
Yep.
That's actually coming out.
But man, you're right. We need more Mobius stuff available. Blueberry, Arzak, Inco.
I think Blueberry would sell here if they could just print it. But those things sold out a long time ago. I think they are already essentially evergreen, but Tintin and Asterix and Obelix. Yeah, Asterix is awesome.
I love Tintin.
I like Tintin a lot too.
I love that movie they put out like 8 years ago or whenever that was. That CGI movie.
Oh, I never saw that.
Oh, Jess.
Uh-oh. I have to add this to my list.
You need to watch it today.
What it was CGI?
Yeah, it's amazing.
How did I miss that? Where was it, like released on Netflix or in the theater? Or
No, it was in theaters. It was an actual movie, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The Asterix that Paper Cuts is putting out, I got really disappointed in. That dinky size and not translated properly. Okay, of course, Cycle's right here. Death of Pharaoh Lad should be on more shelves than the Bible. Yup. Oh, okay. Where is this?
Where's this streaming at, I wonder?
Adventures of Tintin. Spielberg did it or was involved anyways. Oh, this is a good one. JSA The Golden Age by Robinson. Yeah. Why not always have a deluxe hardcover in print instead of just trade paperbacks? I'm not arguing. Tintin movie by Spielberg. I think Peter Jackson was slated to take over, so of course it never happened. The movie was good. Tintin. Okay.
I think it's on Prime.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, Marvels. Are they not keeping that in print?
Yeah, they are now. That was one of the books that was announced as being evergreen for Marvel.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. You guys were talking about it on Omar's show that one time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a good memory on stuff.
It's all good.
The Meta Barons. I heard One Piece was awesome. All things stream in One Piece Bay. I heard One Piece was good. Robinson Starman. That's something I know that's getting released as a compendium, I think. I don't know that I'm really that thrilled with compendiums, but if that's the only way it can get put out, then that's what we should get. Yeah, Lars agrees.
I haven't read that either. I've never read that stuff.
I read it back when it came out in floppies, and it was so cool, especially the beginning. he owns a collectibles shop, so he's always collecting things like comics and lunch boxes and cereal boxes and stuff.
Oh,
It was
that's cool.
really cool, and he didn't want the Starman mantle, but he ended up having to get it. Oh, One Piece equals R, matey. Okay, I got ya. But without the Marvel's epilogue. Bone, how's Jeff Smith doing?
Oh yeah, that's right. He had a heart attack.
Starman is one of Todd's all-time favorite DC books.
People love that book. I need to check it out. I need to get around to it.
I have the Deluxe of Marvels, passed on Monster Size because it didn't include the epilogue.
Oh, that monster size is ridiculous.
I have the Platinum Monster Size, and I gotta sell it because I can't read it. I bought the Deluxe so I could actually put it on my lap and read it. But the Platinum sized is just, I mean, it's gorgeous art, yeah, but I have to put it on the floor. And at my age, I can't be all hunched over on the floor trying to read a book. I got too many things that are going to break. Speaking of Jim Lee X-Men.
Oh, the oversized Jim Lee stuff.
Oh.
It's like a monster size, but it's of Jim Lee's X-Men.
Okay.
A handful of issues. I have a Fantastic Four one like that of the Galactus Saga.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. We hit on that Fables one is really good, and it should always be in deluxes, I think, because I know some of those deluxes are hard to find. But is it? Did you just say it's getting reprinted in compendium size?
There's like 4 compendiums out for it already. Yeah.
Oh, they're already out. Okay.
Yeah, they've already been out.
Oh, Monster Size is even bigger than Platinum. Do you have both of those, Freddie? The Galactus one too, and Marvels? How do you even read Monster Size? Platinum is huge.
You got to put it on a table, kind of thing, or lay it flat.
Wonder if Marvel's 30th anniversary OHC will release next year. They have been releasing that every 5 years, I believe.
I have the 10th anniversary one.
And what is it? A selection of their finest?
No, Marvels.
Marvels.
Marvels,
okay.
Yeah.
I lay them on my bed. Well, that makes sense. Marvels should always be in print. I completely agree. And someday I may know who that is there in Man 40 if I watch enough Doctor Who episodes. I can't believe I just said that.
I thought it was the Riddler.
Right. What about Spider-Man books that should be
Maximum Carnage.
I feel like they're doing a good job with the Silver Age, keeping those in print. I know.
Kraven's Last Hunt.
I think
Ultimate Spider-Man should always be in print.
Not volume 4, maybe volume 2's out of print right now. Some Spider-Man. Kingdom Come should be Evergreen. I feel like they just released a deluxe of it. I hate saying a Batman title. Oh, don't hate on this. Batman title, but the Neil Adams, Denny O'Neil's Race Demon storyline should be available. Really. Batman 200 to 300, Detective 400 to 500, no excuse. That's why we're stuck, because they insist on releasing them in chronological order. So I don't know when that's going to be released. It's horrifying to me because, I mean, those are the books I'm waiting for, though. That Silver/Bronze Age Batman and Superman that I say every show.
It's going to take forever to get to it.
I know. Captain America Man at a Time. Ha! You'd have to watch the tail end of the classic era. Okay. I don't know that I'm going to be doing that. Freddie already sent me a list of what
you're gonna turn into this Doctor Who fan, Whovian.
Whovian?
A Whovian.
Concrete by Paul Chadwick and Usagi. Yeah. Craven's Deluxe is absolutely essential First, Miles' Ultimate Collection is kind of evergreen. Big proponent of the DC app. Cycle says it's all evergreen on the DC app. And now we're having a Doctor Who off in the chat. You guys who off all you want.
That just sounds naughty.
I know, right? What else should always be evergreen? I feel like they're doing a good job keeping JSA by Jeff Johns evergreen.
Isn't some of that stuff out of print already? The omnibuses again?
Oh, JSA?
I think so.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were doing a good job keeping that in print.
Infinity Gauntlet. Infinity Gauntlet should be evergreen. I mean, it was the basis of the MCU.
Well, you're not wrong. I don't know. I'm running out of ideas here.
Death of Superman.
I feel like they keep that evergreen.
Speaking of Jeff Johns is Teen Titans. Love his Teen Titans.
That's something I've never read.
Oh, it's so good.
I've never even ordered.
That was my first Teen Titans series. Was that?
Who does the art on that? Does it change?
Dang it. I can't think off the top of my head. I know Michael Turner did a couple covers. Rob Liefeld did a couple issues. I'm gonna look.
The app is 90 pounds a year. I'd rather have physical books. Well,
Mike McCone.
Flash, Death of Iris West. Okay, so that, let me highlight you. So is that a book I should get, or am I really going to read it?
Well, that's a conversation between you and you. But I do think you should get it. I think you would enjoy this a lot.
Okay.
But you have to read it, Jess.
I know, that's the problem. There are some art books that just stay available. Some EC artists, Frank Miller, etc. Someone who loves to draw. There's a few art books the community can agree on to be essential. House of X, Powers of X.
I hear that.
Yeah,
Yes,
I agree with that. We were just talking about Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. I feel like they're trying to do a good job keeping that evergreen.
The omnibuses are.
The omnis are, but what
I have the 4 complete collections, but I think they need to be 5 or 6 of them.
And I feel like they're trying to keep the Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams Green Lantern evergreen. It's in Absolute and Deluxe. Don't know if the Absolute's still in print. Well, but he's first of all, it's Jess. Thank you, and it's sealed. But he's read it before. I'm the champion of my book still being sealed. Young Justice by Peter David. Read earlier today that the chronological release idea of those DCH books came directly from Dan DiDio. They did jump forward into Silver Age recently with Batman and Wonder Woman. I don't know that they jumped forward, though. Well, they jumped a little forward because Batman Silver Age came out before the end of the Golden Age. So that, and same with Wonder Woman. So they jumped ahead one book. So that's true.
They need to jump ahead a little bit more.
Yeah, like a lot more. Here's some interesting choices. Loveless, that's a Vertigo title, I think. Camelot 3000, that's a good one. The Shadow and Black Hawk by Howard Chaykin. Nexus by Mike Barron and Steve Rude. I remember reading Nexus in the 90s.
American Flag by Howard Chaykin should stay around.
New Krypton needs to be released as like 3 Omnis, Gilmer. That is a crime that it hasn't been. I've just got all these trades and single standard size hardcovers. It's all a mush-mish, and they need to put out new Krypton and keep it going. You're 100% right.
I'm ready to go when you are, Jess. I'm ready to cut.
Ready to sign off?
I'm ready to cut when you are.
Okay. All DC absolutes should be evergreen. I agree with that. Howard the Duck. And we are getting ready. We have 2 more minutes. So I will give I will tell you who our fabulous sponsor is. That's InStockTrades.com, where you can get your collected editions from 30, sometimes up to 65% off, even 80% off.
Oh, yeah.
And the I want this out of here now from Cameron section. Don't forget your 2% loyalty discount at the end of every month, the last Monday of every month. We give away a $50 gift card free, courtesy of InStock Trades. $50 or more in an order gets you free shipping in the United States. It's just incredible. Fabulous customer service, fabulous packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. I'd forgotten about Camelot 3000. Totally agree. Awesome Boland art. Yes. 100%. Oh, did Gabe already leave?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's it for tonight. We appreciate everybody in the chat. Thank you for this. Oh yeah, name names next time, or you can send me a list at omnidogsvault2@gmail.com. Chris, tell me what's up. You sound like you have an interesting life. Thank you to the chat. You guys were great. Thank you to Gabe and Lou, who were great. Thank you to IST, who is great. And the viewers who are watching this afterwards, you guys are great. And tomorrow night, Thursday, is the manga show. And Saturday night is the, what's it called? Patreon. Where you can join. And Gabe is 6'3", so his son's not quite taller than he is.
6'2".
Thanks, Sam. You guys all rock. That's nice. Oh, here's
thank you, Double O.
Yeah, let's
keep Papa. I'll be there soon.
Oh, the Janet files. That's from Janet, the what's her name? The weather woman from Mexico.
Ah, yeah, definitely.
That Hondo knows. Yeah, let's leave this one up as we sign off and say peace and love, peace and love. Thank you very much. And tune into Patreon, 9 p.m. Saturday. We appreciate you all. Peace and love. Peace and where is it? Peace.
Later, everybody.
Here it is. Thank you for watching.
All right, buddy.